Good evening, Aaron. Thanks for connecting. It's been a little hard road with the communications, but I'm glad we could finally do it.
Share for us exactly where you've been and what you've seen.
Well, with our team from Feed the Hungry, we were up in the northernmost parts of Kenya on the western side of the country. It's Turkana province and Pokot provinces. Very tribal areas, but very much affected by this recent drought and famine that's sweeping across the Horn of Africa. We're able to minister and to reach into a number of villages, serving about 3,500, 4,000 people with a monthly ration of food to assist them during this time of trial that they're going through.
Looking a little bit longer term for these people, is there any sign of those rains coming?
There's been some rains in Mogadishu and in Somalia, but in the western part of Kenya, not yet. So UN and USAID famine early warning system projections are that things are going to be getting worse for a few months here before they start getting better. And it's just a dire situation, a very desolate area to begin with. There's not a lot of rainfall to begin with. People are tribal pastoralists, somewhat nomadic, semi-nomadic. So they kind of live on a very thin line of security and complete insecurity when it comes to food and water.
Now, Feed the Hungry have quite a unique, I guess, food pack that you distribute. It'd be worth setting that up before we find out exactly how much you've been able to do. Tell us about that rice type substance that you have, which is this fantastic food stuff you distribute.
Yeah, there's actually two specific products that we'll be distributing in addition to some of the staples, which are corn and beans. Maize, corn makes up 41% of the normal nutritional basket of the people in northern Kenya. But the two specific products that you're mentioning, one is a fortified rice and soy combination that offers a great combination of calories as well as a balance of carbohydrates and protein. The other is called Manapack Potato W and Potato D. Those products come from Feed My Starving Children, a great partner ministry that we have. And the Manapack Potato W and D is specially formulated for children between the ages of 7 months and 1 year, or even up to 5 years. It offers a lot of benefits nutritionally as well as almost therapeutically, in that it's made from potato product that is a binding agent. One of the leading causes of death among children under 5 is diarrhea, and this product will help combat that. Right now, the water sources are dried up, and the water sources that we saw available were coming from 20, 25 kilometers away, very unclean and somewhat unpotable. Thankfully, this product is going to be useful in aiding, keeping the child's fairly weak system stabilized when it comes to keeping them, regular, so to speak. And the whole issue of water is quite a big deal there. Shallow wells are drying up, and there are few and far between potable water sources for the people.
How hard is it for you to get that across when you get home to a comfortable first world nation? How do you get across just what people are going through?
It's hard. It's even personally, one of the things I noticed even myself was, being there to assist with the distribution, planning, and network and logistics, as well as to document what's going on. As a photog, for a journalist, capturing the images, looking back over the images as I was downloading them into my computer and spending a little time looking at what I saw, I realized that I didn't see what I was seeing. And looking at the images afterwards, it really hit me how thin, how gaunt, and how much, again, on the very edge, the people of Turkana are, and people of Pokot, to see, again, the emotion in their faces as well as the striation of muscle tissue just underneath their skin, and the condition of the elderly in particular. It was almost a shock to me to see that in the very pictures that I took, but wasn't able to see it at the time because of just, being in a very focused mode of having to get things done. It's a little difficult to describe and to really paint, even with photos, much less words. The whole impact of the number of elderly people, especially, that were excruciatingly thin, as well as some of the children, the smaller children, and how they were basically living by day to day. We saw it in the actions of the people, as food distributions were taking place and our trucks were moving around, and you've got a few kernels of grains that are falling off here and there, young and old. There wasn't one area that wasn't gleaned so that every kernel was picked up and sifted out of the sand, so that nothing was wasted.
Well, lots of containers of this emergency rations that you supply have made it already. What's the plan going forward from this point? How much more aid is needed, and what can we do?
Yeah, our initial plan is to continue through the end of this year. Hopefully, the rains will come towards the end of the fall season, the October, November, and that won't be a quick solution, but that will at least be, the beginning steps of alleviating the problem. Once we get to the end of this year, we'll reassess, reevaluate, and see what the plan moving forward is. But right now, with the combination of buying some goods in-country regionally to move up to the north, as well as shipping those specialty products from overseas, we want to get enough in the pipeline so that we can impact the most people, through now and the end of the year, and hopefully things will change by then.
Thank you so much for speaking to us today. Feedthehungry.org is the website, and I encourage you to find out more about that. Stefan, thank you so much.
God bless you guys, and thank you for getting the word out.